We are in an unparalleled time of disruption. Whether you're a marketer or you're a content creator or you're an entrepreneur, things are getting really, really hard. Search traffic is starting to go down because of artificial intelligence. The way the algorithms used to work are no longer working anymore. How do we, as people who have something to say, get our message out in front of someone in such a way that they want to work with us? This is the big struggle. Just today, my wife and I got in the car and we drove for about 20 minutes and we went and met with an interior designer. My wife met somebody who recommended somebody who led us to this interior designer. We went in, we talked to this person and began the process of imagining working with this interior designer. But the next step, I was telling my wife as we were driving back, is for me to go out there and prove to myself that this person has experience, because she said she moved out here from a different place. She's only been here for a couple of years. And in my mind, a lot of questions were going on in my head. Does she have the right contacts with carpenters and architects? Does she know the lay of the land, considering she's only been here since 2018? These are the questions that I go through, and these are the questions that your prospects go through when they discover you for the very first time. How do they discover you for the very first time? Maybe you're actively commenting on someone else's video. Maybe you are interacting inside of a Facebook group. Maybe you sent a cold email or a cold direct message over LinkedIn. However, what is it that stops someone from going from interest to actually making a decision? How can you be perceived by them as the true expert, the thought leader that you are? This is what I want to talk about today. So here's my thoughts on how you can be perceived as a thought leader by anyone at any time. It's really, really simple. There are a lot of people out there who claim to be an expert on one thing or another. For example, there's a lot of people out there right now that are claiming to be artificial intelligence experts. However, you and I both know that a lot of these people were not artificial intelligence experts only a year ago, because it wasn't until November 30th, 2022, when ChatGPT came on the horizon, all of a sudden everybody rushed in and said they were an AI expert, right? So how do you discern, right? Put yourself in the mind of the person who wants to buy your services. How do they discern whether you are truly an expert or not? I think it comes down to a couple of basic steps, and these are the very same steps that I use when analyzing whether I should get someone on my social media marketing podcast, or whether I should invite someone to speak at my conference, Social Media Marketing World. Here's what it comes down to. The world is looking for people who know what they're talking about. And the only way the world knows that you know what you're talking about is if they can go out there and find evidence of the such. Said another way, can they go on YouTube and can they search your name? Or can they go to your website and then go to your YouTube channel and watch a series of videos? No matter how old they are they clearly pinned to the top? So someone could sample these videos and say, yeah, she really knows what the heck she's talking about. Yeah, he's absolutely an expert. It's obvious. Is there a place where they can go and read articles that you have written to prove that you have competency in the things that you're doing? For example, do you have a blog? Or are you regularly publishing something on Medium or Substack or some other place? These are the things that are absolutely necessary for someone to come to the conclusion that you are the expert that you claim you are. Is there a podcast they could go listen to? Well, that's embarrassing. I just had like a little raspberry seed pop up on my lip. Let's cut that part out. Is there a podcast they could go listen to get to know you a little bit more, to understand your style? These are the things that are absolutely necessary for people to discern whether they can trust you. Because here's the deal. We are now in an era where someone can pop something into ChatGPT and they can instantly sound like they know what they're talking about. But the truth of the matter is, maybe they don't know what they're talking about. This is why I believe video, perspective, audio, authentic, coming to an audience, sharing real thoughts is what I believe is going to enable you to stand out from everyone else. Because most people don't do this. Here's how it works for most people. They have a beautiful looking website. They've hired a professional photographer. They've used ChatGPT and they've got a couple paragraphs here and a couple paragraphs here and a couple of beautiful headlines and a form that says work with us or hire me to speak. I'm here to tell you, my friends, that is not enough. That is the baseline standard now. Everyone in the world can generate these for absolutely next to nothing using all the tools that are available today. And your audience understands that. They know that to be true. So what can you do in this situation to get to the point where you can prove to people that you really are the quote unquote expert? You've got to do the kinds of things that I am doing with you right now. You've got to record raw, authentic views. You've got to make them readily accessible and easy for people to find. Like I said, a playlist or a blog post or some sort of reference, maybe even just all over your website. If you want to be a thought leader, what it really comes down to is you have to create original content. And you have to do it in such a way that people won't doubt that it was generated by an AI system, but they will know emphatically that this is original, this is who they really are, and this is someone that they can trust. By the way, for those of you that have been following along with some of these videos, I'm trying my best to do unscripted, one take, no cuts, but it didn't work out this time. I realized I ended the video too abruptly and I didn't come to you with like a proper ask at the end. So I would love to ask you to share your thoughts. How do you go out of your way to make sure that when someone does go to your website or check out your YouTube channel, that there's obvious proof that you know what you're talking about? Have you even considered something like this? I really do think it's absolutely essential that we think like a prospect and assume that they are always skeptical and they need a lot more information, and we should not be shy about sharing that somehow, some way, somewhere. My name, by the way, is Michael Stelzner. Would you let me know in the comments what you think about this video? And what do you want me to talk about next, by the way? Leave some comments. That'll inspire me to make some more videos for you. Have a great day.